क्या आप IAS की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप IAS की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें StudyIQ.com।
Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. So we will continue our discussion on data interpretation. We were actually discussing about maximization and minimization, and we have seen two questions in the previous session. So this is your lecture 2 on data interpretation. So let's go a bit higher level, but still this is very elementary level. This is our level 1 difficulty only. But compared to the previous question that we have discussed, this is little higher. But again, within this, if you look at the first question is slightly difficult compared to the other three, because you need to spend some time in solving question 1. That is the first question. Otherwise, these are very easy questions. You will take hardly 30 seconds for the other 3 questions and maybe 1 minute for the first question. Okay, so what you can do is you can take 3 minutes and solve this question, solve this case rate, take 3 minutes. Okay. Okay friends, so I hope you have done with this question, and easy question, right? So what we can do is let's try to understand the question, what they're saying. See, there is a table which is given. What is given in the table? The time in hours for 5 tasks. Okay, so you're actually performing 5 tasks and the time is given. So what is given in the table is the time in hours. Now the 5 tasks are this PQRST. Okay, and A, B, C, D are the machines which are used to perform the task. So if I can remind you of the time and work sessions, if you remember, here instead of machine, we have discussed about number of persons, right? Persons are doing this particular work. Okay, so here what they are saying is this machine A is doing a particular work, machine B is doing work, machine C is doing work. Like we have discussed, person A is doing a work, person B is doing a work, like that. Okay, so if you can recollect what all things we have discussed, let's take this case E. E is a person. Let's take the work T. Okay, he is the person who can do work T in 5 hours. This is how you'll interpret this table. Okay, so E is the person, or E is the machine here who can do the work T in 5 hours. Now what does this mean? If you are working for 5 hours, you complete 100% of the work. Okay, now in 1 hour, if you instead of 5 hours, if you are only working for 1 hour, what percentage will be completed? And that's what the entire discussion that we have done in our time and work session, and based on that only we are going to solve the questions, right? So in 1 hour, what percentage will be completed? We know this is 20%. If you can complete the work in 5 hours, in 1 hour you'll complete 20%, right? Now in 2 hours you'll complete 40%, in 3 hours 60%, 4 hours 80%, and 5 hours you'll complete 100%, and you'll complete the work. That's how you interpret, right? Now if you take a person D here, or machine D, he will take 8 hours. What does that mean? In 8 hours, machine D complete 100% of the work automatically. In 1 hour, machine D take 12.5. Machine D will do 12.5% of the work. So in 2 hours, 25%, 4 hours, 50%, 8 hours, 100%, and the work is completed. That's how it is going. Now, if you look at both of these, machine D will do 12.5% in 1 hour. Machine E will do 20% in 1 hour. So clearly you can say who is more efficient. Machine E is more efficient. That anyway you can understand from here also. Less time taken, so more efficient. So if you need to do this work T or task T, which machine you generally use when these two choices are available, you generally use machine E, because machine E is more efficient. Okay, so that is how we are going to do this, and we will see that conditions depends on the questions. Okay, let's go further. Let's see what else is given in the question. Now what they're saying is no machine can work on 2 tasks simultaneously. That means if machine A is working on P, task P, at the same time machine A cannot work on Q. Okay, that means if machine A is working on P, in the first 3 hours, machine A is assigned for working on P, and in the first 3 hours, machine A cannot do task Q. That is what I mean to say. So one machine cannot do 2 tasks together. Let's see what else. In case any of the machines specified for the task is finished it, then it can join any other task still not completed. Okay, what does that mean? Let's suppose machine A completed work P in 3 hours. We know to complete work Q, by machine B. Let's take machine B. Okay, machine B will take 5 hours. So machine A, after completing work P in 3 hours, machine A can help machine B in completing Q. That's what I mean to say. So two things that you need to be very clear. One machine cannot do two tasks simultaneously. So here I am not saying machine A is doing task P and Q simultaneously. What I am saying is, once machine A completed task P, then machine A can join machine B to complete task Q. Not that machine A is working on P and Q simultaneously. That is not possible. Once machine A completed P, machine B will move to work on Q along with B just to help B. That's it. Okay, one more condition. Now you may think that see here, what if machine C, let's suppose machine C can complete the work R in 2 hours. So machine C, after completing the work R in 2 hours, can also join here. No, that is not possible. That is what mentioned here. Maximum of 2 machines can do a task at the same time. Okay, maximum of 2 machines only can do a task at the same time. So if A is helping B, C cannot help B, or C is helping B, A cannot help B. You understood? So two key understandings here. One machine cannot perform 2 tasks simultaneously. One task can be performed by 2 machines. That means if one machine completed its assigned work, he can help the other machine or other person, if you take it in that way. Provided no 2 machines are working together for a task. Not more than 2 machines are working on a task. Okay, so I hope you understood. Now one more thing, any machine can do any fraction of the task. Even 1% of the task can be done by any machine. That is also possible. Out of 100, even 1% can also be done. So all these things having understood, let's move on to the question. I told you that the first question is slightly difficult, so let's start with the first question. Okay, now what is the approximate minimum time taken to finish 1 unit of the product? Now to finish 1 unit of the product means 5 tasks need to be completed. So what I mean to say is, I need to complete 5 tasks. What is the minimum time taken to complete the 5 tasks? Keeping in mind, no 2 machines or no machine can do 2 tasks together, and not more than 2 machines are working together for a particular task. And any machine can do any fraction of the work also. Keeping these things in mind, let's see how you're going to perform this task, all the 5 tasks in very less amount of time. So very less amount of time means we need to use the most efficient machines for each task. If you look at task P, what is the most efficient machine there? You can see A is the most efficient machine because A is taking less time. So let's assign machine A for task P first. Okay, so we are assigning machine A for task P. Definitely task P will be completed in 3 hours. Now let's move on to task Q. Which machine is most efficient? B is efficient. So let's assign B for task Q, and B will take 5 hours. But your answer option is all with 4 hours only. That means some machine is coming and helping Q. Some machine is coming and help. Maybe machine A after completing work P can help. Okay. Now let's see task R, which is most efficient. Machine C is efficient. C can help. Okay. Now let's see S. This will do. Okay. So S machine D will do. T machine E will do. So I have now assigned all the machines. Okay, so out of which you can clearly see machine B will take 5 hours and machine E will take 5 hours, but my answer options are less than 5 hours. That means some of the machines, and machine D is taking 4 hours and the minimum is 4 hours. So what I understood is my machines A and C is helping R, Q and T definitely. Machine A and machine C is helping Q and T. Let's see how you are helping it, and based on that only you will be getting your answer. So let's see how is it going to perform. Okay, see here machine, what is going to happen is machine C after completing this work will join machine B for completing Q for half an hour. Okay, so what is going to happen is in 2 hours machine C will complete work or task R. After that he will join machine B in completing task Q. So now 2.5 hours is over. Okay, in that time 2.5 hours this work is already completed, and what fraction of this is completed is what we need to see. In 2.5 hours it requires 5 hours to complete the work. Okay, but in 2.5 hours half will be completed by machine B and some completed by machine C. See, machine C will take 6 hours to complete that particular work. So in half an hour, how much is completed? In 6 hour means 16 point something, right? So in 1 hour, so in half hour, 8 point something, that will be completed. So that will have to be added. That means 58 point something is completed now of this. After that, what is going to happen is C, this machine C will join this. Machine C will join this. Okay, and help T, and will help T. So you can, now what is going to happen? After 3 hours, this machine A will join B to complete rest of the work. In that case, you can clearly see the work P is already completed in 3 hours. P is already completed in 3 hours, and R is completed in 2 hours, so I am not bothered about that. Okay, now let's consider Q now. In case of this task Q, in 2.5 hours, how much is completed? We have seen 58 point something is completed. How 58 point? Because in 2.5 hours, see, B will do how much? B can do the work in 5 hours, right? So in 1 hour, 20%. In 2 hours, 40%. In 2.5 hours, 50% is done by B. I told you, C is working. C is helping B for half an hour only. I tell you why it is half an hour. You'll understand it soon, okay? Why it is half an hour, you'll understand. So C is helping for half an hour, and in that half an hour, C is doing 8 point something. Let's take 8.3 because we know 16.66. Okay? So 58 point something is completed. Now how much is left out? 42, right? Or 41.6. 41.6 is left out. Now out of this 41.6, what is going to happen is next half an hour, B is working alone. So in half an hour, B can do how much? 10%. Now how much is left out? 31.6 is left out. This 31.6, how much in the next 1 hour, what B can do? B can do 20. So let's subtract 20. How much is left out? 11 point something. Now who will do this 11 point something? I told you A. A can do this task in how much time? Which task we are talking about? We are talking about this task Q, right? So A will do in 7 hours. A will do the work in 7 hours. So you can clearly see the balance 11.6 can be completed by A, right? In 1 hour. So that work is over. So in 4 hours, if I am doing like this, the work is completed. So Q is completed in 4 hours. Let's see T. What is going to happen with T? I told you E can complete the work T in 5 hours. That means in 1 hour 20%. Okay. So in 1 hour 20%. So in 2.5 hours, nobody is joining. He is working alone. So 50% is completed. After that, what I told you is C joins, right? Now you can clearly see C will take 7 days. Okay, so C will do 100 by 17% in 1 hour. So we already saw that it is greater than 11.6, right? We know that is 14 point something. Okay, so that's enough. 14 point something is enough. Now in 1 hour, C will finish 14% of task T, and E will finish 20%. So in 1 hour, both of them together. That means after 2.5 hours, they are working together, right? So next 1 hour, so you will complete 20% by machine E and 14% by machine C. So you will be getting 34, right? So 34 more will be over. So this is happening after 3.5 hours. So 84 is over. How much is left out? 16 is left out. Now for performing the 16, see, even machine E itself 1 hour it will complete 20%. But both are working, and we have that choice, right? We can allow 2 machines to work on a particular task, but not more than 2. Now you see here, the 16, to complete the 16, they need only 30 minutes, because in 13 minutes, 10% can be done by who? E can do, right? E can do 10%, and C can do more than 7% in half an hour. In 1 hour, 14% means more than 7%. Obviously, this work will be completed in less than 30 minutes. So we can take it as 30 minutes. Okay. So this work is completed this task is completed in 4 hours. Okay. This also we saw it will be, this R is completed in 2 hours. T is completed in 4 hours we saw. P also completed in less than 4 hours, slightly less than 4 hours, because towards the end we saw 11.6, right? What was the balance? See, how was it working? See, 58.5, right? 58.5 was done. 41.6 was required to be completed, out of which In the next 30 minutes, who was working alone? B was working alone. So 10% is done. Then 31.6 was left out. In the next 1 hour, definitely 20% will be done by B. And rest of the 11.6%, we know C, which machine? A can do 14% in 1 hour. So this 11 point will be done in that time itself. Okay, so we clearly know that is also slightly less than 4. Okay, or you can take this as 4. So now if you look here, this task is completed in 3 hours. We understood Q also completed in 4 hours. How Q completed? We got the help of B worked alone for some time for 2 hours. Okay, next 30 minutes B and C in the next 30 minutes. Okay, then next 30 minutes B alone, next 30 minutes B alone, next 1 hour A and B working. This is how you completed. Okay, R completed in 2 hours, we don't have any problem. S completed in 4 hours. Okay, we don't have any problem now because everything is completed in 4 hours. T also completed in 4 hours. How that 4 hours? In the first 2.5 hours, who was working? E alone working, and we know 50% completed. Next 1.5 hours, E and C completed 50%. So this also completed in 4 hours. So your answer is going to be 4 hours. Now the question is why I took C for 30 minutes here. See, I could have directly taken C to perform task T, but in that case what would have happened is I might have completed task T faster. I will complete task T faster much before 4 hours, but for that I don't have any use, because once you complete task T, I cannot use any of E or C in any others, because the only task which is supposed to complete is Q and A is already working over there. And we know 3 machines cannot work on a project. Okay, that's why when I had some time which was left out, I know this is going to happen here. Okay, so that's why I used that half an hour before A comes and join with B. I allowed C to work over there, and that's the reason why we were able to complete that also in 4 hours and this also in 4 hours. Okay, and anyway this is going to be, S is going to complete in 4 hours only. So your answer is 4 hours. This is a slightly difficult question because you need to go for all these process. Okay, now next one, very easy. If only 2 machines are to be operated, then what is the least time taken to finish 1 unit of the product? Okay, so we are allowed to use 2 machines and the least time taken. So you are allowed to use 2 machines and the least time taken. Least time taken means you need to pick the most efficient machines. Okay, so most efficient machines that I'm going to pick is C and D. Okay, so if I pick C and D, this is the most efficient machine. What is going to happen? C will do task T and task R. Okay, and at the same time D will do task P and task S. Okay, now what is left out? The left out task is Q, and both are equally performing in that. So what we can do is we can use both of them to finish this task. Okay, so that's how you can finish this faster. So T and R will be done by C, so 9 hours anyway it will take. Okay, then during that time in 8 hours P and S will be completed. Okay, so 8 hours. Now once D complete this, right? D complete this, what will happen is D will start performing Q. Okay, so D will start performing Q, and we know D will complete 16.6 in 1 hour. So when C complete task T and R, okay, in 9 hours, actually D is getting 1 hour to perform task Q, and in that 16.6 is completed. What is the balance? Balance is 84. Let's take it as 84, in fact 83.66. Okay, so in 9 hours we completed this much. Now 83.6% of Q is left out. Now we know 16 will be done by 16.6 is 1 day. Okay, so if both of them working together, okay, both of them working together means this work can be completed in 3 hours, because 6 and 6 each, both of them working together in 3 hours. That means in 1 hour they together will do 33.3. okay, let's take it as 33. So out of this 83, next 1 hour they will finish how much? 33. So 33.33 is over. How much is left out? 50.33 is left out. In the next 1 hour what is going to happen? They will complete another 33.33, right? So another 33.33 is gone. What is left out? 16, right? 16.66 is left out. So to do the 16.66 you need half an hour, right? So 9 hour plus 2 hour plus half an hour, your answer is actually 11.5 hours. So which is not there, so you need to pick none of these. Okay, because that is the most easiest way, right? Now you will ask me why I allowed machine D to perform P and S. right? See, we are comparing C and D. So to perform task P, D is better. To perform task R, no, R we used C, right? C is better. So that's why we used in that way. So which machine is better in performing a particular task is what we are using. So we used D for this and we used C for this. Similarly, we used C for this because D is taking 8 days and C is taking 7 days. And we used D for this because C is taking 5 days and D is taking 4 days. So that is the reason why we are selected those machines. Now, so the 7 and 2, 7 hours and 2 hours, R and T completed. Okay, R and T completed in 9 hours. That's what we understood. Then P and S, not P and right, this S completed, P and S completed in 8 hours. Okay, so after completing P and S in 8 hours, the 1 hour gap, in that 1 hour gap, machine D is doing some portion of Q, that is 16.6% in 1 hour. Then rest of the 80 to 83.66% they are doing together. And when they are doing together, they can do work in 3 days. So in 1 day 33.3. Okay, so in that case you can complete this in 2.5 hours. 83.66 in 2.5 hours. So 9 plus 2.5, 11.5, which is not there, so none of these. Easy one, right? What about this one? 15. What is the minimum time taken to finish 1 unit of the product if only one of the 5 machine is used? So one of the machine is what we are going to use. So what is the minimum time taken? So the question is which machine you will take. You will take C because C is looking most efficient, right? So what we need to do is C will finish P in 6 hours, 2 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours. You need to add everything and you will get 26. Okay, so your answer is 26. 16. If any number of machines can work on a task simultaneously, then which of the following would be the approximate time taken to finish 1 unit of the product? So this is also similar to the first question, right? So answer is clearly 4 hours. Why 4 hours? In the first 4 hours, no machine is free, right? If one machine has completed one task, we are allowing that machine to perform some of the other tasks. So in the first 4 hours, the machine is not free. Okay. So whether you allow any number of machines or not, it is not going to play a big role in the first 4 hours. And the task is completed. You can do the task in 4 hours also. So whether you allow any number or you allow only 2 machines, it hardly matters in the first 4 hours. And in the first 4 hours, we clearly saw that the task is completed, right? All the task is completed in the first 4 hours in this case. Had there been no question like this, then you have to do it like what we have done in the first case, right? So the point is, in the first 4 hours, no machines are actually free. After that, you need to think of those possibilities. But in the 4 hours, you completed the work, and the question is to finish 1 unit of the product. You'll take 4 hours. So there is no thought of 3.5 hours or 3 hours, or this is no way possible. We already have got this. No need to think of this, right? Because this we know clearly not possible because machines are not free. Okay. Okay. Now take a minute and take 2 minutes and solve this question. So okay friends, so I hope you got the answer. What they're saying is number of business schools, right? And it is listed on the basis of 5 parameters, right? Placements, faculty, infrastructure, course content, student quality, and regions. Okay, north there are 40, south there are 50, east 25, west 30. Okay. See, the point is, I just want to tell you this thing. We have discussed this in previous session already. See, if you have something like A and B. Okay, so this is A and this is B. This is, let's say, newspaper A, this is newspaper B. Okay, so let's say if I am saying 15 and 10. 15 persons read newspaper A and 10 persons read newspaper B, and if this is your sample space. Okay, so there is nobody who reads both the newspaper if you represent like this. But if you represent like this is 15, this is 10, and maybe let's say this is 5. Then there are 5 persons reading both newspapers. In that case, what will be this region is 10 and this region is 5. That's how you need to interpret. Okay, this 15 is distributed like this 10 and 5, and this 10 is distributed like this 10 and 5, this 5 and 5. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so we are going to use that also here. Now, what's the first question? At most, how many business schools surveyed satisfied the minimum basic requirements in each of the 5 parameters? Okay, so what we need to consider here is, see, what is the minimum in this? Minimum in this is 11, and we need to make an assumption that this 11 schools are better in terms of placements, infrastructure, course content and student quality also, because this is 11, so out of this 15 this 11 should come. We need to assume that way. Out of this 17 this 11 should come, because we need to maximize. In this 19 also this 11 should come, in this 22 also this 11 should come. Okay, so we are assuming that in North there are 11 such business schools are there which satisfy all the parameters. Similarly, what is less here? 14. In South there are 14, because this 14, this 21 will include 40, this 14 also, this 16 include that 14 also, this 23 also include that 14. Okay, so I'm taking 14 from here and 11 from here, and from here I'll take 8. So 8 schools are good in terms of infrastructure, so those 8 are good in terms of faculty, placements and course content and student quality also. That's the assumption. Why can't we take 15? We can't take 15 because if 15 is good in course content, there are 7 of which are not good in infrastructure. That's why we are taking minimum from here to maximize. We are actually taking minimum to maximize, and the question is maximum. Okay, so what minimum we will take from the last one? 13. So if you add 11 plus 14 plus 8 plus 13, you will get 46. So your answer is 46. I hope you understood. Now in the second case, what is the answer? At least how many of the business schools surveyed met the minimum basic requirements in both the parameters, placements and faculty? So we are considering this and this. Okay, so see, look here, 2 parameters is what I am considering. Okay, so let me take this Venn diagram. So 2 parameters. In North, 40 business schools. Can I represent like this? This is 15 and this is 11. I can represent because now I have talked of 26 only. So there is a possibility that this 15 may not come in the 11 and this 11 may not come in the 15. There is a possibility. So I can say that there may not be anything which is satisfying both, right? So at least how many business schools surveyed met the minimum basic requirements in both? I can't conclusively say anything here. Similarly, if you take South, I can write this as 21 and this as 14. So together you are getting 35, but I have total 50. Okay, so there is no surety that some of these will come together. There is no surety. If I had, see, instead of 21, if I had, let's say 41 and 14, then together I am getting 55. That is not possible because total is 50. So I understood 5 will come in between, but here that is not the case. Let's take this case, 25. Okay, now how will that going to happen? See here, 13 and 14. Can I draw like this? 13 and 14 and total is 25? No, I can't do, right? So I can draw like this only. This is 13 and this is 14. In between there is 2. Only then I can write 25, right? So minimum 2 should be there. I'm not saying maximum, minimum 2 should be there. So I can get 2 from there. Similarly, if you look here, 30. So here we are getting 18 and 13. So 18 plus 13 is 31. So 31 minus 31. So from here you will get 2. From here you will get 1. So at least how many if the question is? Your answer is 3. If the question is at most, we will maximize here. How will you maximize? In case of this 15 and 11, we will draw in such a way that this 15 and the 11 will come here. We'll maximize like that. And we will say 11 of them satisfy both. And that's what we have done in the first question, right? And in this case, 21 and 14 will draw like this. This is 21, this is 14. And we'll say 14 of them satisfy. But when we need to minimize, we'll take this 11 and this 15 are entirely different. Why? Because I have a choice of 40. That can be different. Okay. Similarly, this 13 and 14, what I'll do is, in my 14, I will bring 13 like this. When I say 13 of them satisfy. So 11 of them satisfy, 14 of them satisfy, 13 of them satisfy. Then what I say, this 18 and 13, I'll draw like this. 18 is the total and 13 like this. Okay. So I need to add 13, 13, 11 and 14 to get at most maximum number of business schools which satisfy both. Since it is minimum, I am taking the minimum. So if the question is about maximum, I'll maximize it. See, it's just maximizing Venn diagram, minimizing Venn diagram. So this is your answer in first case and this is your answer in second case. Okay. Now, quickly, the next question. All business schools which satisfy the minimum basic requirements in at least 3 of the 5 parameters are to be considered for the All India ranking. At most, how many of the business schools surveyed would be considered for the ranking purpose? Okay. So what you can do is you can add everything. Okay. Add all these and divide by 3. Add everything. 15 plus 11 plus 17 plus 19 plus 22 divide by 3, you'll get 28. Okay, this also you can add and divide by 3, you will get 34. Here also you do the same and you'll get 20. Here also you'll get the same and you'll get 26, and you do everything, you'll get 108, and that's your answer. 108. And the last one, what is the least number? So we need to find the minimum here. Business schools surveyed in North region satisfying the minimum basic requirements of minimum of 2 of the 5 parameters. Okay, so we need to find the least number. So if you need to find minima, what we need to do? We need to maximize the number of schools which satisfy 1. Okay, so minimum 2 of the 5 parameters. Okay, so we need to find the least number of business schools which satisfy minimum 2 of the 5. So what we need to do? We need to maximize the institutions which satisfy one parameter. Okay, so we will maximize the institutions satisfy 1 parameter. Okay, then automatically we'll get the answer. So our assumption is maximum possible business schools will satisfy only 1 condition, maximum only 1 criterion. Okay, and remaining ones satisfy all the 5. Okay, so see, minimum of 2 of the 5 parameters means I'll take it as 5. Okay, so remaining all 5. Now if the business school satisfying only 1 criterion is X, okay, only 1 criterion is X, and the business school satisfying all the 5 is Y, then what you'll get this X plus Y is equal to 40. Okay, clearly you can see here, you can just add everything, so you'll get 40. Okay, so North region, so just taking the sum 40 and X plus 5Y is equal to 84, right? How you're getting this 84? You will add these sums or all the circles. Like if you're representing like this 1 2 3 4 5, you're adding the circles 15 plus 11 plus 17 plus 19 plus 22, so you'll get 84. When you solve this, you'll get X is equal to 29 and Y is equal to 11. So your answer is 11 minimum, right? So your answer for this question is 11.
क्या आप IAS की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेन ड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप IAS की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें StudyIQ.com।